Doesn't matter if we've forgotten the ones that are buried deep beneath the lonely southern sun, losing the mothers and fathers, leaving children one by one. Da 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 da. Da 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 na 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 na. Da 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 na. Da da na. Let's find a way, start over again. Fight this war and save the lives, finally make an end. Join together, change the world and make this go away. 'Cause we can find a way. Drum beats of the dying hearts grow faint if it's not too late. We can cure the desolation of the families who wait. Let's find a way to start over again. Fight this war and save the lives, finally make an end. Join together.
And as you can see, I'm hobbling because I twisted my knee along the way, but I didn't miss one step. And we didn't miss one scheduled meeting with the mayors and the MPPs and the MPs. And so as a result of this 17-day, 500-kilometer journey, we're hoping that it will spark Canadians to understand how important sickle cell is, the disease, and that it needs comprehensive care. What we're hoping, Giorgio, is that Bill C-605 that was tabled by MP Kirsty Duncan a month ago at Parliament Hill will be passed. And
what is sickle cell? Why is it important to make people aware of this disease?
Sickle cell is almost like a cousin of leukemia. You know, leukemia affects a lot of Italians and Europeans, and also sickle cell affects some Italians. I know some Italians that have sickle cell disease. It's a blood disorder, and you know, you die from it. And what can save a person's life is a bone marrow transplant, just like leukemia. You know all the stories we did with people that were suffering with leukemia, and we can do the same for people suffering with sickle cell. The only care that's offered is at Toronto General Hospital, which isn't enough. So that's why we're asking for comprehensive care, because we believe there's tens of thousands of people that are afflicted with this. And you know, it's not just mainly the black community, but it also spreads Asian and Southern Mediterraneans. How are you? Finally, you can put it in the face. Yeah, first, nice to meet you. Got a camera behind you. And now, what I want to do from Ottawa, passing you this torch of life, which you richly deserve. No, our truck that you see over here was going into a ditch. And whenever you're ready.
So George, can you tell me about this trip and how you got inspired to do it?
Actually, 3 months ago, our chairperson over at Step by Step, Constable Ojo Tiobati, approached me and asked me if there was any way I can put sickle cell disease on the map. So I came up with a campaign called the Sickle Cell Torch of Life Run. And what we done, Kevin, was we lent our charity, Step by Step, and the famous Torch of Life to bring more profile to sickle cell disease. And the main focus of this campaign was to bring comprehensive care for sickle cell disease. For a number of years now, it has not been recognized as a legitimate disease here in Canada. By organizing a 17-day, 500-kilometer torch run, it started as a run, from Parliament Hill to Queen's Park, symbolically, we would get the federal government's attention as well as the province of Ontario's attention, and we did. There's a bill that got tabled at Parliament Hill by MP Kirsty Duncan. It's called C-605, and in that bill, it brings home what we're trying to do. It asks for our Canadian government to bring comprehensive care to sickle cell disease. And as we've been going from community to community, we've been recruiting not only the media and the public, but also all the mayors from each of the 16 communities that we stopped off in. And in turn, they're recruiting all the MPs and MPPs in their area to support Bill C-605. And also, there's a conference coming up here in Toronto. It's called the Roma Conference, the Municipality Conference. Mayor Dennis Staples from Smith Falls is championing sickle cell disease at the conference by bringing it as his main issue, and he will be the person that's going to try and recruit all the municipalities to support Bill 605, and plus he's planning to sit down with Health Minister Deborah Matthews in London at the London conference in August, to see if possibly the province of Ontario could adapt a similar bill as the federal bill C-605 and maybe have a more speedier passage in Ontario. But it's a deadly disease that kills, and there is treatment for it, but one of the lifesavers for sickle cell is the fact that a bone marrow transplant can save a sickle cell person's life. And that's the other relationship, that step by step, and the other reason why Step by Step decided to take on this project. Just a little brief history on the bone marrow transplants concerning sickle cell. It's relatively new. The first one here in Canada was actually performed at Sick Kids just a few years ago. And it's been recognized by the entire international community as a life-saving procedure and a very successful one. So, but the problem is most countries are not putting sickle cell as a disease on their world bone marrow registry. So in other words, Canada, if you look at the one match, they have a lot of diseases listed there, including leukemia, and you know, where bone marrow transplants can save their lives, but you don't see sickle cell. So part of this campaign is to also raise the awareness level that sickle cell should be put on every country's registry when it comes to bone marrow transplants, because doctors every day can search that registry to see if there's a match, and therefore save their patient's life.